Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, and if you're new here, I am an artist. I share self-care tips, and most recently, this series is about reclaiming my health and just becoming more fit and healing, and my healing journey, and just what I've been going through with some health issues lately. And so if you find anything helpful in these videos, please subscribe. Please like this video. It helps me to share this information on a wider scale with others, and I feel like it's really important. So anyways, without further ado, let me continue with my update. So today's update is, and a little bit of backtracking. In April, I had a D and B12 deficiencies, which have since somewhat regulated themselves. I've had my vitamins checked a few other times since then, and finally now my levels are good. Still don't know why I got the B12 deficiency in the first place. I'm working on that. So my update for today is I got my MRI results. I have not yet spoken with my doctor about them, but I do have many questions because a few things were found on my MRI. I was able to see the MRI report. I do have fibroids, and I have a cyst, and I also have a lesion, which I'm not sure what that means, so I have to speak with my doctor. The fibroids themselves explain a lot. Neither of these explain why I was vitamin deficient in the first place. But the fibroids do explain the pain that I've been having and the gastrointestinal stuff. It can cause issues there. Mine are subserosal fibroids, which mean that they're not in the uterus itself. They're not in the uterine cavity. They're kind of like on the outside, and they're pushing out of the uterine wall. And so I have two of those, and they're in the back of my uterus. And so I think that means that they are pressing up and intruding into my abdominal cavity. I've had unusually extreme bloating that makes me look pregnant, and this could be why. So that's that. And also, as a note, vitamin D deficiency can be a contributing factor to developing fibroids. And if you don't know, fibroids are benign. They are benign tumors that are made up of connective tissue and muscle. I have been doing some research more about it. It could be caused from too much estrogen dominance, but vitamin D deficiency can cause it. Vitamin D is a hormone that regulates a lot of things in our bodies, and when you're deficient, it can cause a cascade of health issues. Now, the other thing is the cyst. I'm not really sure about what that is about. So for the updates on that, I'll do that next week. I'm sure I'll hear from my doctor next week, and I will get all of my questions answered really quickly. Also, I just want to thank everybody out there who's watching my videos, who is offering their support. Thank you for all the comments that are offering support. Thank you for all the well wishes and well thoughts. It has been quite a journey since April, when I first realized that I had most likely burned out. And of course, stress does a lot of things to the body. I am a licensed massage therapist. I do know quite a bit about the anatomy and physiology of the human body. I have studied that extensively in college, and also had to take a lot of different classes, health science classes like neurology, and not just a basic neurology. I had to learn everything. Kinesiology, of course, myology, and also pathology. So I do know quite a bit about the body and how, and about vitamins and how our body metabolizes vitamins and how it absorbs them and things like that. With that being said, just a disclaimer here, I am not a doctor, and this is nothing in my videos is meant to be construed as any type of medical advice. I'm just sharing my journey and things that I know and what I've been through. I would always suggest that you speak with your doctor before taking any kind of supplements. Always check with your doctor about any concerning symptoms. This is not meant to be medical advice whatsoever, but I am a licensed healthcare professional, so I feel like I have a little bit of an edge when it comes to taking care of myself. Although when it comes to the more intricate details of what my body is going through, I have had to do some additional research on my own, and I also suggest and advise you to do your own research and be your own advocate. Now, I also wanted to address, a lot of people have been mentioning to me about magnesium. I understand that when you take high doses of vitamin D, it can deplete your magnesium stores. However, my magnesium levels have been very, very normal. They've been checked a few times, and my vitamin regimen is monitored by my doctor. I am not just willy-nilly looking online and deciding what I'm going to take to regulate my vitamin levels. All along, my vitamin intake has been prescribed and monitored by my doctors, and also by now by a gastroenterologist specialist. So I would also recommend to, before you start adding more supplements to your body, that you check with your doctor first and get your levels checked, get your vitamin levels checked. It's a simple blood test. You can ask your doctor for it. And from there, go by what your doctor suggests. Don't just do it on your own. See what your doctor suggests and go by their lead, or what they're going to prescribe to you, because vitamin deficiencies can be caused by a host of different things, and every single person's body is different in the way that everybody has a unique, even though this human body is the same, everyone is different. You may have different sensitivities. You may have food sensitivities. Your body may work a little bit different than everybody else's. Always check with your doctor first. Vitamin D is fat soluble. It's stored in the liver, and it's not just like some vitamins are water soluble, like B12. That's water soluble. So although some of it is held in the liver, if you take too much, your body eventually excretes it through your urine. And so it's not like you're holding on to a lot of it for a long time. Vitamin D is not excreted so readily through the urine. It's not water soluble. It's fat soluble, and it can be stored in your liver. If you take too much of it and you don't need it, then you could end up having a vitamin D level that is way too high, and then that could cause its own hosts of health problems. So always check with your doctor. And of course, after checking with your doctor, then, of course, do your own research. But, you want to have a healthcare professional guiding you, especially if you are deficient in certain vitamins. And that's what I've been doing. And so that's what I would recommend. Do your due diligence, do your research, but also be under the care of a healthcare professional at the same time. So the fibroids is an issue. I have been reading about different studies that have been done about how, first of all, like 80% of women in their lifetime will get a fibroid. So it's kind of normal. But there have been some studies done, that have shown that most women, when they're diagnosed with fibroids, are vitamin D deficient. So there is a link there. Please get your vitamin levels checked. I know that I've said this in all of my videos, but stress does deplete your vitamin stores. There are research studies done about that. Stress does a lot to your body. When there's a lot of cortisol running through your body, which is the stress hormone, it affects the way that your vitamins are retained and absorbed in your body. So please, I know a lot of us have gone through in the past few years, just with the pandemic alone, a lot, we have been completely stressed out. And on top of that, if you're not getting adequate sunlight and you're not outside, with the pandemic, when we were forced to be indoors and social distancing in the beginning, a lot of us could have developed a vitamin D deficiency just from that. So please get your vitamin levels checked and, stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. A lot of us have been through, besides the pandemic, a lot of us have been through traumatic experiences, and trauma is stored in the body. And that too can lead to a host of other health issues. So that's basically what I wanted to say. That's my update for today. That's where I'm at. I will know more next week when the doctor gets back to me about the MRI. I have a colonoscopy scheduled in November because I have been having gastrointestinal issues, and so we need to get that checked out. I need to get that checked out, and the doctor needs to get that checked out. Thank you again for all of your comments and good thoughts and good vibes. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. Self-care needs to be priority one. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to be taking care of yourself and be mindful about how you're expending your energy. I know for the longest time, it slowly crept up where I was totally just thinned out and overwhelmed emotionally and mentally, and just physically exhausted. I am still physically exhausted, and the fatigue can be caused by the fibroids, but I think it's a little bit more than that, and we'll figure that out. What was the other thing I wanted to say? I am not anemic. My iron levels are perfect. So that's that. Some people have asked about that. What was the other thing I wanted to say? I don't know. I'll update next week on Sunday when I have more information. Please keep taking care of yourself. Like I was saying, you cannot fill from an empty cup. Burnout sneaks up on you. I got out of a really toxic relationship that was a 20-year relationship, and I didn't realize how much I have been living in survival mode all of my life, even before that, with my family being the scapegoat. It has been, this healing journey is uncovering a lot for me, and I'm processing things that I didn't really process then because I was just surviving. Now I'm in a mode where I'm still surviving because things are still stressful in my living environment, but I have been able to process some of the things that I've been through, and just all of these things combined with the pandemic, with my best friend passed away in 2021. We lost our animal, one of the dogs here. She passed away, and that was very traumatic. All of these things just build up, and then before you know it, you're completely wiped. And so, I kept trying. I was like playing catch up with my self-care, but I wasn't really being consistent with it. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just expending and then finally I just hit a wall, and that, I believe that's how I became vitamin deficient, and my body has been giving me these signals that I need to start taking better care of myself. So please take care of yourself, enjoy your week, and I will update you next week. I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. Take care. Toodaloo.